Welcome back, everyone. So today I'm going to take a look at the Reclaimer. That was really my main goal at this point, is to look at the new PDCs. Damn, that cannon is huge up front. So they did change the gun up top. The other guns are changed a bit as well. Before I hit an asteroid, let me go ahead and turn my guns on. So you still have power-controlled guns, two dual size 3 cannons. But you've got a ton of PDCs now. I think it's on the order of like 7, maybe in upwards of 10. It's quite a few. So what I did is I picked up the mission for the cargo recovery. So let's head out there now, because when I did this mission before, it had mostly fighters. Okay, so the cannon, actually the PDC should fight the Hurricane. It should fight the Cuddy Black there. Thought I saw another target. Scan out. Maybe that's it. I recall there being a Buccaneer. Well, I'm pretty far out. I recall there being Buccaneers before, things of that nature. So as we get closer, we'll probably see more. Yeah, there we go. So there's the Buck. Maybe down here. Playing old. No. And some kind of Reliant. Oh, Buck's already here. So the PDCs are already at work. I actually just want to see the PDCs. So let's just... Oh, beetle. So let's give a second to see what the PDCs do, right? So quite a few on the top. I've got about full power to guns. You see one on the back there. Honestly, just stop. So 2 on the top there. A couple on the bottom. Here in a minute, I'm gonna have to help deal with the Hurricane and the Cuddy Black, because it's not like I'm in the interest. They will do work. But yeah, you get a chance to kind of see some of them there. You see my rear shield's almost down. So I already have torque version, so let's not let them kill me. But look at how much damage is being done to the Hurricane. So this is great. And my audio might be up a bit too much from the in-game sound. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can see damage to my engine, so I don't want to mess around and just die. Not the goal here. Maybe I do get defeated, but... Alright, so the Cuddy Black's down. If I deal with the Hurricane, I should feel pretty safe at that point. Look how red it is already. Alright, front shield's down, which is fine. How much work's being done on the Hurricane? And it's down as well. Alright, so we should be pretty safe. Wow, there's actually more fighters than I originally thought. Okay, so there's... Is that a Gladius? Oh, and a Valk. But honestly, you can see how much I did and didn't shoot. These PCs are doing work. Alright, so I backed away a bit to let my shields regen. But yeah, they have changed it so the area that's being covered now is further on the area coverage from the actual salvaging head has been increased, as well as I believe the speed's been increased as well. Those are some shadow changes since, honestly, 4.2. So those are actually live now. So even they did a pretty big increase to the Misfortune. Matter of fact, it almost salvages as fast. It's kind of balanced, so they can salvage with one head almost as fast as the Vulture, which, I mean, people will probably have mixed feelings about. They would almost need to have some kind of lore to indicate that Drake doesn't know what they're doing or something, because the salvaging heads are the same, yet there's 2 of them, so it should just be better, right? But that's not how that's playing out. So I don't know how they plan to really, besides just, buffing the Misfortune, I don't know how they plan to really square that. Like, I'm really not shooting, and the PDCs are doing plenty of work. So, this is really going to mean that the Reclaimer is going to be pretty good at these upcoming defend missions. I don't want to say they're going to be good for, like, patrols, but being able to do this as well as salvage could be a pretty interesting game change for people. Obviously, these asteroid bases are not safe to like hang out and salvage at for any extended period of time. I definitely wouldn't sell them that way, because other people could get the mission here. They could get ambush missions here. They could get all kinds of other missions here. So I don't want to say you're going to be able to safely salvage here. However, I do want to say that, depending on what missions you get, just be mindful that the Reclaimer now can do quite a bit of work. look. I actually kind of like the recoil too, but I get it from a standpoint of it's not really the best thing to do that. So you're gonna be able to hold your own pretty good with this and PDCs against something like a Valkyrie. Now, bigger ships like something like a Connie, the PDCs are not going to attack that. So when you start to get the next size up outside of the medium ships like the Valkyrie here, the Valkyrie will work, right? You see the PDCs are working on that. But when you get to bigger ships, the PDCs are not going to help. So just be mindful of that. This is not like it's, I mean, and it's fairly tanky, as you can see. I've taken a lot of damage though, so I would need to do some salvaging to actually recoup some of the costs I'm gonna have to deal with as far as this mission's concerned. Let me rotate more so I can actually get guns on. But his shields are down, which is the biggest part, and the Valkyrie does not have great HP. It has better HP than the Asgard. Oh, desync is killing me. This is great. I mean, being able to do missions with a solo, and I get it. People are like, well, this is a group gameplay ship. I get that. I get that sentiment, and I get that feeling. But at the same time, it's a big ship. It needs love in more ways than one, and being able to take missions like this is good. I think this is a good change for the game, and something you should expect from the perspective of being able to do content with something like the Reclaimer that is kind of underground right now. If I'm not careful, he actually might kill me. It's a tank fest at this point. I mean, I could pull away and get more shields, but I'm not going to. There we go. Had it the whole time. Wasn't even worried. Yeah, so that's it. I've killed all the... So we fought 3 heavy fighters. I know, so was the Bandul ship. The Vandul ship, we fought the Hurricane. Oh, it was the Cuddy Black. The Cuddy Black, we fought the Valkyrie. And I think it was at least 3 fighters. We had, I think, 2 bucks. Now, it wasn't all at the same time, and that could have been disastrous if all of them came at the same time. Just being completely honest here. But if you can kind of spread them out like that, or if they spawn in a way that is separated like that, I think the Reclaimer is going to be fun to be able to take out and do some of that fighting. All right, so let's take a look really quick at what the Salvaging... I mean, this is a... recover this cargo. I've got the cargo. And you can go ahead and... Oh, you can see my ship is taken... It's spicy in here, right? Like, this thing did work. Oh, I didn't change it to... Let's see if I can still salvage. I don't think I'll be able to. So I'm not gonna lie. It's been a minute since I've been in the something like the Reclaimer. Oh, it will let me do it. Okay, I didn't go to salvaging mode, so I kind of thought maybe it wouldn't allow me to do it. So let's just take a look. Oh, we'll take a look at the abrade first. Look how big that it's literally at least the size of how fast it is. So huge buff, and this is live now, so feel free to go out and test this if you do have a Reclaimer. More than likely you probably already have. Let's take a look at the Trawler next. So the Trawler should be, it's an even bigger area, but it is slower. You can see it's not melting through it as quickly as the abrade is. So I think the abrade is still the best option. Cinch is better too these days, and it has a better collection rate. So if you got time, the Cinch is still going to be pretty efficient. Look how big that is. Like, I'll be done with this ship in no time at all. So yeah, be mindful of that. This is an easy way to tack on extra money if you have a Reclaimer when you do these missions. I mean, this ship doesn't have to be alive. You could fly away with it. That's my understanding. I will test that before I wrap this up, that I can get in this ship and possibly fly it. But they may fix that anyways, even if it can be done. But honestly, I mean, I'll take the time to do salvaging like this. So I think doing this with a Reclaimer is a good way to mix up the gameplay. And this is my first thought to kind of do this, is just... I guess, like I mentioned before, there is a chance that someone could come along, but you can do this so quickly. Like, I'm halfway done with this Caterpillar, and I'm good with this amount of... we've got almost 8 SCUs. I'll just print an 8 SCU container. Look at that. So we have 8 SCUs. I'm fine with this. Like, this is just a tip. Like, right, this is just someone leaving a tip at a table. That's really what's going on here. You can even maybe get 10 SCUs out of just this one side. If you want to do the other, take your time with it, do what you want. But if you just want to add on a little extra money to doing some missions like this, I think it's an easy win. Just quickly come through. I'm going to get 10 SCUs here, and then I'll be good with that. All right, so we're at 10 SCUs here, and I'm good with that. So I'll move on to finishing the mission. I've already kind of showed this. Again, I'm not looking to belabor this particular video, but honestly, too, I might need this 10 SCUs to help pay for... I mean, clearly, my ship is very damaged. So I'm going to go loot this ship. And I'll be done. All right, so I just got in the ship. You can power it up. You can turn the engines on. So, and the ship moves. So let me check if it can go into quantum mode. It can. It has quantum energy, so I have no reason to believe it can't. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and jump with this because I don't really plan on completing this mission. I'm going to check and see what the org's doing today, and I think we're going to get ready to try to do those Itki, like an Itki jump down on the worms. Yeah, so you can quantum away. So honestly, I mean, you just go turn in with this as well. So I'm not going to leave a reclaimer. I would still hold to, you know, if you wanted to go out and do some reclaiming, but if you needed to come out in a smaller ship, you can easily do that with this larger ship, and you can just use it for its own storage. And then go take it to a hangar, and from there you can unload the boxes. So this will be an alternative for those that maybe don't want to unload content or unload boxes. You just take the ship, and I would just take this right now to Seraphim, and I'd unload it there. Anyways, thank you for checking out the video. I hope this tip helps, and I hope that you have a chance to take a look at the Reclaimer, at least those that have picked it up. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.